Room 913. In an old forgotten hotel in the middle of the city, where the walls were cracked and the air heavy with the smell of mildew, there was one room no one dared to enter. Room 913. It had been locked for decades. No guests, no staff, no explanation. The stories said that everyone who entered it disappeared, leaving no trace behind. Some claimed the room was haunted. Others whispered that it was a gateway to somewhere else, but no one truly knew. Until Adam arrived. The beginning. Adam was a journalist who sought out strange stories. He never believed in ghosts or superstitions. When he heard about Room 913, he saw an opportunity. He offered money to the hotel's manager, an old man who looked uneasy as he handed over the key. "Nobody who enters that room comes back," the manager muttered. Adam laughed it off. "They're just stories." With the rusty key in hand, Adam climbed to the 9th floor. The hallway was unsettling. The lights flickered faintly. The air felt colder with every step. When he finally reached Room 913, he noticed something odd. There was no modern card lock, only an old-fashioned keyhole and a heavy rusted lock. He turned the key. Inside the room looked ordinary at first. A dusty bed, a cracked window showing nothing but darkness, and a tall, full-length mirror in the corner. Yet the air was wrong. Silent. Heavy. It felt like the room itself was breathing. Adam sat on a chair, set up his camera, and began recording. "I'm spending the night in Room 913, he said, trying to sound confident. Halfway through his monologue, he heard it. A soft sound, like whispering, coming from the corner of the room. Adam froze. "Is someone there?" he asked loudly, his voice shaking slightly. No answer. But then he looked at the mirror. In the reflection, he saw a woman standing behind him. She was perfectly still. Her hair was long, black, and so thick it covered her face completely. Adam turned around quickly. The room was empty, but when he looked back at the mirror, she was still there. And then he heard the whisper again. This time it was louder, clearer. "Don't turn around. Stay where you are." The fear rises. Adam's hands trembled as he moved to the door, desperate to leave. He grabbed the handle, twisted it hard, but it wouldn't budge. The key wouldn't turn. He started banging on the door. "Let me out, somebody." But the hallway outside was silent. It was as if the entire hotel no longer existed. Then he heard it. Footsteps behind him. Slow, heavy. He turned, unable to stop himself. She was there, the woman with the black hair. But now she was closer. He couldn't see her face, but he could hear her breathing, deep, heavy, right in front of him. Adam's voice cracked. What do you want?" The woman tilted her head slightly. Her voice, hollow and cold, echoed through the room. "I've been watching you since you came in. Now, you will stay with me." The last recording. The next morning, the manager finally climbed to the 9th floor. Room 913's door was slightly open. Inside there was no sign of Adam, just his camera lying on the floor. When the manager played the recording, he heard Adam's voice, frantic and broken. No, don't come closer, please." And then, silence. The recording continued. The camera, still pointed at the mirror, captured something else. The woman stood there perfectly still, her face still hidden, and behind her, in the reflection, Adam could be seen. His eyes empty, his face pale. He was standing just behind her, unmoving. At the very end of the recording, the woman whispered directly into the camera, "Anyone who sees me belongs to me." The warning. After that night, the hotel was abandoned. But those who watched Adam's final recording said something strange started happening to them. They began to dream of Room 913. In their dreams, the woman stood at the mirror, whispering softly, "Come The room is waiting, and those who dreamed of her more than once were never seen again. Will you close your eyes tonight? Will you hear her whispers? Maybe she's already waiting for you, behind the mirror.